Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by Grand Blank's own Nathan Lynch, who just is coming off a state title for baseball for Grand Blank. He's excited about something else, but we'll talk about that later. How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good, man. So yeah, let's talk about this weekend. I know that, you're still on a high, you're still on cloud nine, but if people know who this kid is, he's always on cloud nine because so happy all the time. But
Yeah.
you've been through a lot this senior year, and weren't even in physical school for most of the year, and to come away with a state title, that's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, it was an unbelievable feeling. I mean, we were never really expected to win it. We were counted out by so many people, but we just never quit on each other. We kept battling through, kept working at practice and just battling it out, and finally we got there, and title's ours.
Yeah,
nobody can take it from us.
So how's it? So what did you do after the game? What was that? What was that like?
It was honestly just like it felt like a movie. It felt like it wasn't even real. Just complete and utter shock. It's a once in a lifetime feeling for a lot of people. And you can't even really describe it. It was just so much. It was euphoria, basically. I mean, perfect. You wouldn't want it to go any other way. It was just the perfect ending to a great season.
Yeah, of course. I know that there were a lot of, players that not a lot of people would know, but I'm sure, and I know you were one of them, but what was it like to, be part of something that's going to be with you forever?
It was just, I mean, unbelievable from top to bottom. Everybody on that team contributed, whether it's the big names like, the David Lalleys, going to Notre Dame, or, the small guys that people don't really know. Like, I mean, even me or any other guys that had an impact on the team, but in a smaller way. I mean, it was top to bottom a great roster that just worked hard, and everybody contributed. Whatever their role was on the team, they did it, and they did it to the best of their ability. And I really think that's why we came out on top.
Okay, so what position did you play? What position do you play usually?
This year I was a pitcher only.
How was that?
It was fun. I had a good time. I struggled at the beginning of the year because I'm not a huge fan of pitching because I've had arm problems in the past. But I had a great coach. Shout out Sean Welsh. He was our bullpen coach. And he worked with me a lot this year, and I got to throw in multiple games, and my arms felt better than it has in years. I really was not. I didn't really want to be a pitcher going into this year, but I had a great time doing it. I finally got my arm strength back and was able to throw in a few games and help the team out. So it was a great time.
Yeah. Pretty sure you've had some pretty memorable games. Which one was the most memorable, you think?
I would have to say this year, I mean, there's so many games this year that we had that were so memorable, whether, it was Comerica, that was just, once in a lifetime chance. But I've got to go with, I mean, it has to be the state title game. We're playing a great team in Portage Central, that's sending kids all over the country, D1.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we were counted out. Nobody was expecting us to win that game, but we battled the whole time. I mean, we were just our true selves, and we came out and just, put it all on the line and came out victorious.
Yeah. So you're a senior, your high school career is over.
Yep.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that will know who you are by the time you end up in college, maybe the career you want to go into. Kind of talk about where you're going and what you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. So next year I will be attending Michigan State, and I will be looking to go into sports journalism and broadcasting. And I'm also looking to walk onto the football team. So I have a love for football that's no other. That's it's my love, it's my passion, and all sports in general. I love, but I'm really I'm looking to put it all on the line and just I'm betting on myself. Give myself one shot. Um, invest in yourself and give it a shot. But also, the sports journalism broadcasting. I'm like I said, a huge sports guy, and I love announcing, whether it's Mike Breen, Kevin Harlan, all those guys, Gus Johnson. I love them. I love hearing guys just go nuts over crazy plays, and I love sports. So one day down the line, whether it's in football or broadcasting, I hope you know my name someday.
Yeah. Speaking of going nuts, went nuts over something today, and
Yeah.
actually just recently. Of course, of course, I'm talking about the Detroit Pistons selecting number 1 this year. And
Yep.
if anybody has been a fan of any, whether it's Lions, Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, you just knew something good had to happen, because lately it's just been terrible luck for all 4 teams.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it seemed like there was really no end in sight, but it looks like this is a huge step in the right direction. And it looks like Cade Cunningham's coming to downtown Detroit.
He is headed to Detroit basketball, baby. I couldn't be more ecstatic. I think that's great. I'm so excited. Like I said, I was talking on the phone with you earlier. Just through the roof excited of that. I mean, I was sitting here last night in my house just thinking, what are the odds? I mean, the Pistons have gotten screwed over so many times. I can't even count how many times they've had the 8th overall pick, and taking somebody. So I taking somebody that I don't even know or hasn't had a huge impact. But I think finally there's a turning point that's gonna really change at least the Pistons. I can't say all Detroit sports, but we'll change the Pistons for hopefully a long time to come.
Now, of course, all we want is a winner, and we want a parade in this town. That's what we want.
Yeah,
We want to. That's what we want. As
yeah,
so it's always fun and good to see always young people like yourself wanting to
hmm
enter into this crazy world we call. It's it obviously, if you've known, this is an insane business, and it's always good to see young people like yourself being a part of it. So uh,
yeah.
good from that notion. But one last thing, as you leave high school, and I know it was a topsy-turvy year,
hmm
turned upside down 2 times over because of COVID.
Yeah.
Biggest takeaway from this year, from the entire school year, whether it was football, baseball, or really anything?
The biggest thing I think I learned this year was really, I have to say, I mean, it sounds cliche, but anything's possible, I mean, I think whether it's school, I mean, we weren't even expected to be in school for a lot of it. Finally, Grand Blanc got back. We were back for a couple months. I got to, have graduation with a lot of my classmates. Or whether it's football, I mean, we weren't expected to be a good team. We were expected to be like 2-7, a bad team, and we went out. We won a couple playoff games. We beat a top 5 team in the state in Clarkston. And then baseball. I mean, like I said, a great run down the line. Just got hot at the right time, and ended in a state title. Nobody believed in us to do that. So I just think the biggest takeaway from this year was in anything that it's possible. There is a way, and you just got to dig deep enough to find it. You got to be able to put in the work and just find it. Find wherever it is
Yeah.
you're looking to get to.
All right. All right, Nathan. Thanks for spending some few minutes. Congratulations on the state title, and hopefully we'll be seeing you in Michigan State, either on the football field or in front of a mic calling the game.
Hopefully, thanks for having me, man.